Why the negative identity is so sticky. Let's make it logic, not psychology. The traumatized energy system inside your mind and body is not loyal to pain. It is loyal to coherence. The negative identity survives because it satisfies 4 ego requirements. 1. Consistency, my past, present, and expectations line up. 2. Predictability, I know how this story goes. 3. Causality, there is a reason my life feels this way. 4. Control, false, if I expect less, I won't be disappointed. So the ego concludes, this identity may hurt, but it makes sense. That's why it feels true. Why positive identities fail. A positive identity introduced without emotional safety is perceived as delusional, dangerous, naive, inviting disappointment, setting up future pain. So the ego does not reject it emotionally, it invalidates it rationally. That's important. Because the ego says, I'm not denying positivity. I'm preventing harm. So affirmations fail because they violate internal logic. The core principle, this is the key. The ego never abandons an identity because it is painful. It abandons it only when it is proven illogical and ineffective at its own stated goal, emotional safety. So our task is not convincing you that you deserve better, shoving positivity into your face, reframing it for you emotionally. Our task is exposing your negative identity, or denied identity, as a failed safety strategy because it is merely a disguised familiarity strategy, a repetition from your past. Step 1. Let's name the hidden promise of the negative identity. Every negative identity carries an unspoken promise. Examples: I am unlovable leads to, then I won't expect love and get hurt. I am abandoned leads to, then I won't trust and be surprised. I am not capable leads to, then I won't try and fail. I am too much leads to, then I'll shrink and avoid rejection. Let me ask you, what is this identity trying to protect you from? Can you feel this removes moral charge? Now it's adopted strategy, not self. Step 2. The safety audit applied with pure logic. Now comes the rational exposure, not emotional confrontation. I ask you, has this identity actually made you feel safe? Has it reduced fear, or only narrowed your life? Has it prevented pain, or just postponed it? Has it produced the outcome it promised? This is crucial. We are not arguing against your ego, we are asking it to evaluate its own performance. Can you see it? Great. That's the crack. Step 3. Reveal the contradiction, the turning point. Now we name the paradox explicitly. You adopted this identity to avoid pain. But this identity is exactly the pain you're living in. Or sharper, the same strategy designed to keep you safe is exactly the source of your unsafety. Does this land in your internal consistent logic? At this point, if all went well, your ego doesn't feel attacked. It feels caught in a contradiction. That's when it loosens. Step 4. Let's introduce the concept of provisional identity. This is a safe rite of passage. It will not work if we jump from, I am unworthy immediately to, I am worthy. That only triggers your emotional Fort Knox vault again, and will immediately lead to emotional withdrawal. Instead, allow us to introduce a neutral bridge identity. Examples: I am learning what safety actually is. I am allowed to test a new definition. I am no longer obligated to live by an outdated conclusion. I am not defined yet, and that is safer than I thought. This is vital. The nervous system accepts neutrality long before positivity. Neutral identity equals no threat. Step 5. The logical upgrade frame, not just positive thinking. Now you introduce the positive identity as an experiment, not a belief. Language matters here. What if identity is not truth, but a working definition? Then, if your current definition doesn't produce safety, does logic not demand a better, more positive definition? Now your positivity becomes intelligence, not denial. Step 6. Redefine faith, subtle but powerful. Right now, you may have faith in your negative identity loop. May I expose that gently? You already have faith, just not in yourself. You have faith that pain will repeat. You say you lack confidence, still you are very confident that you are not confident. So you are a very confident person, just not confident about the right things. Still, confidence is not the problem, it only needs redirection. Doesn't that reframe faith and confidence as, not spiritual, not naive, a direction of expectation with more positivity? So the question becomes, where do you want to place your faith and confidence, in repetition or possibility? That's a rational choice. Step 7. The first true I am, minimal, safe, undeniable. The first real I am identity definition must be undeniable and specific. Not just, I am loved. I am worthy. I am powerful. But, I am the one observing this identity. This cannot be argued. Because that is what you are now doing by watching this video and integrating what we have just shown you. And once you identify as the observer, your identity becomes flexible. From there, positive definitions can emerge organically. One sentence that carries the whole method. We don't replace negative identities with positive ones. We expose them as failed safety strategies and let you outgrow them logically. Why this works? No bypassing. No affirmations. No pressure to believe. No threat to safety. No collapse of the ego. Just a rational rite of passage from identity as survival to identity as choice. That's the reset for your denied identity, transforming it into your new I am identity.